and changes is very good. Where to make followed, so she was very happy. She got a baby girl. Immediately she got a baby girl. During her baby shower, she invited me and she said to me, Vivian, I want another baby. I said, how are you going to cope with your work, with having a new maid to take care of the baby? She said that 3 years stress is really killing me. Just help me. I want a baby boy. So, okay. So now she has a very good career. She has a family life and all fulfilled. And last year, I got to Singapore, daughter-in-law see me. She said, three baby girl. So for all my high corporates, went to see customer when you're nobleman, blah blah blah. And then I said, you want a baby, so you come January to Joey's seminar and I give you the calendar. So she told me, Vivian, I actually got pregnant now, so I can't come to Joey's seminar, but can you help me calculate? I'm very eager. I hope I get a baby girl. So I saw February, the chart Yin month, and she has a Kwanai, and her palace is in the south, and there's a star 4 there. So I always look at star 3 and 9, wood fit fire, brilliant child, or star 4 and 9. I say you're going to get a baby girl. You don't have to worry. So my son was in Bangkok. I asked my son to bring the calendar to her because she now live in Bangkok. They have big business in Bangkok that husband is taking care. So 3 months later, she texts me and said, Vivian, that's correct. Doctor says it's a baby girl. So it's going to be a baby girl coming up this
Excellent.
November.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that
Yeah.
sharing. You guys got questions for Vivian? Questions for
Yeah.
Vivian? All right, we're going to take
one
just
more.
two.
Maybe I share one more on Feng Shui story.
Yeah, okay, one more quick one.
I have one more very
She's got a
interesting
lot
on
of
Feng
stories.
Shui. This Feng Shui story is one of my clients. She used to come to see me to read Pazhi. And every year I'll do her Pazhi reading for her. I do her daughter studying in New York, study architecturing. And then the son study imperial, study business. Then when she has several houses, she wanted to build her house. And the house, the cost of the building is about 1.5 million. So she said, Vivian, you're very expensive. I sent my husband to go and study from one of the local master. So I said, you go and study with Joey. She said, Joey is too expensive. So I'll go for the cheaper one. So she went with one of the Hong Kong masters, which is one of my master, used to come quarterly to Singapore. And that Feng Shui master doesn't teach other thing other than flying stars. He will not use the 8 mansion. He doesn't see landform. So they built the house, and then the house, I didn't know what's the position. I didn't want to ask. So one day during consult, she came to me, and I look at her eyes. She had a blue ring in her eyes. I say, hi. I don't want to mention the name. I say, you had a blue ring in your eyes. You have a problem because you're very young. Do you have water in yourself? She said, how do you know? I said, eyes is Li Gua. Li Gua is the south. And you must have moved into this house because you don't have the blue ring in your eyes. So she said, yeah, I have a water in the south because I'm activating the star 8. So I said, then so how after you move into this house? She said, after I move into this house, I didn't speak to my husband for 1 year. So that is another problem. So I say, you Kwa 8. Do you put another pool in your northeast? She said, yes. So I say, your daughter is Kwa 8. Did your daughter have a problem with the boyfriend? After they move in, the daughter break off with the boyfriend, and she's Kwa 8. So both of them, the northeast has another big pond with lovely fishes. She said, now, Vivian, my husband spent 35,000 buying all the koi fish, the good quality. He's going to kill me to move the northeast pond and the south pond. He's very chauvinistic, and he won't listen. The only person can help me is you. So I say, because she made a mistake sending the husband to the wrong masters to build the house wrongly. So how is she going to convince her husband to remove the pool? So after that, I say, okay, maybe I should read his 八字 before I talk about the feng shui. When I talk to him about the 八字, he'll be very convinced. I'll be able to tell him what business you're doing, what blah, 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 blah. So I did the 八字 reading in her house, and the husband was so amazed that I know everything that he's doing, how's his business, where's his flow go, where did he make the money, and then I start telling him about these two that you have to move. So after convincing the husband, eventually, months later, they remove, because they just moved into a new house, which is very costly to remove the pond.
So they remove south and northeast pond?
Northeast pond.
Okay.
So after that, the next year, she came to Joey's seminar, and she also came to me. The blue ring left. And
Okay,
it's quite
just a
unusual.
quick one here. Blue ring around the iris, yeah, means you got a heart problem. Okay, if you look at your eyes right now, the eyeballs, right on the pupil, if there's a tiny blue ring, that means your heart is blocked. Turn around, see your friend right now. Okay, block how much? Now this one is Chinese medicine. Okay, you read not yet die. Okay, you must check. First, relax. Look at me again. Relax, huh? See your earlobe whether got line or not. If there's a line, and then the blue ring, yeah? Okay, don't worry. Go see doctor quick, or remove water from the south.
Then I told her, you have to go and see doctor. She said, I won't believe, Vivian. I'm so healthy. I'm the vegetarian. First and the 15th lunar month, I'm a vegetarian, and I eat very little. She's very slim. So she don't have much problem. She said, that would be the last thing you tell me I have heart problem. So I introduced Dr. Michael Lim, one of the high profile cardio, and she really went there and was the early stage of blockage. So early stage of blockage, and I see her chart, she could use Chia Wood, which is TCM. So I said, at the same time, you follow up with the doctor, at the same time, you two go for TCM. So I say TCM will recommend. So I say, what the TCM recommended you? They said the TCM recommended her Tian Qi. So Tian Qi is good for the heart. So eventually she took, and then after 1 year, the blue ring removed, the water removed, everything removed. Now she's very, very happy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow. Who's got a question for Vivian? Quick one. Thank you. Quick question. Yes, over there. One question here. One more. Just two, and then we move on quickly. Anyone else? There's
Hi,
one more question here.
Vivian. I'm Marina from Manila. I watched your video during the Chiman Basic module with Joey Yap about your stories, that you also can find person that you have lost connection over the years.
What is that?
You can find person that you have lost connection over the years for like 35 years. I have a daughter. It's very personal. I have a daughter that I gave away during like early pregnancy.
So you gave away a daughter in your younger
Yes,
days, and you
yeah.
want to find her.
Yes, I want to find her.
Okay, that's going to be a long job, but
For Chiman, you're talking
Yeah.
about Chiman?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Long lost.
I gave away.
all right.
Oh, you're looking for your long lost daughter.
Yes.
So that one you have to plot the day chart, the hour chart, and then see what's the outcome,
Yeah.
where to look for,
And the
which
forecast
direction to
thing?
go for.
It's a multiple process
Yeah.
step.
Okay.
It's not just one chart, because
Yeah,
that's
you
too
have
long
to-
ago.
You have
Ah,
to
okay.
plot.
Yeah.
And then you look at the direction where to go for, and you look at the structures and the stems and the deities and the star, who to look for,
boy.
Yeah.
who to get the help from, and do all the
You
research.
see Vivian later on, yeah? But it's
Okay.
going to be expensive, all right.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I'm Eileen, also from Manila, Philippines.
From Manila, all right.
I'm just curious how long Miss Vivian practiced this Bazi and became so professional,
with it,
so
huh?
good, so
Yeah.
master of everything,
Okay.
especially the Chiman and the Bazi together. And when did you realize you really like this thing?
When before that I was interior fashion designer and then interior decorating, and I never think that I'll be a feng shui master. when I retire after the 60, I want to do creative things like doing potteries. But because of my work in the 80s, I go to Hong Kong, and everybody in Hong Kong are very hardworking. They live in small apartment, so they have to use the Yun Hong Dai Guan, the Shen Kong.
Yeah.
So they go with the yearly flying stars. And then my influence with the flying stars, the annual, is very strong in the 80s. So I use that. And then in the 80s also, I started doing interior decorating.
So I think she's asking you, when did you realize that you can do this?
Yeah, in the 1980s, I already, before learning, going into professional learning in 1997, in the 80s, I already very aware of yearly stars, which
Right.
a lot of my friends in Hong Kong, they give me the books, they influence me
Basically,
on the
it's
annual.
very, very long ago. Yeah, that's what it means.
In the early 80s,
Yeah,
I
but
look
she
at...
started doing a long time. But I think your question is, when can you start too, right?
Yeah.
When will you be able to do it? I think people have different timing. I think Paula is only like 3 years. Okay, 3 years. And I think for Master Hong is his whole life already, but but probably, I think you don't really decide where you just become a pro. Is that I think the people want your help, and you want to help them, and eventually the universe will guide you towards doing that. You know, that's more like it. I think if you just say, I'm going to open shop tomorrow and wait for consults, I don't think it works like that. It's like you keep doing this. This is an art. And if you love this art, the universe will send you people that need your help. Okay? If you have that intention to help people, I promise you the clients will come. Okay? If you have no intention to help, you just want to use this to make money, I promise you, you have no clients. Okay? You have no clients whatsoever. Right? Yeah. Isn't that the way for all of us here?
Yeah,
All
since,
right.
since
We gotta have pass to Patria, otherwise we'll be talking for the whole day here. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right. Pat is like, oh, when is my turn?
Yeah, finally.
All right. Okay, Pat. Tell us, you obviously, I know you for some time, but I think you have a very interesting life transformation story to share. So maybe you can tell us where you're from and what transformed for you before and after.
I'm from San Francisco, and I started studying Feng Shui when in the United States the only thing that was available was black sect.
Can we put the mic nearer to you?
Oh, this better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. I started learning Feng Shui, and in the United States it was only the black sect. So somehow I ended up with the same program she had, with the
Red
Home
Cone
Study
program.
Flying Star. And I said, there's something about this guy that's completely different than everything that I knew. And so I somehow found my way to Joey. And it was really the Chi Min that completely changed my life. But my first class with Joey, I was a very annoying student.
No, you were just a student from hell.
Yeah. Okay. That's more accurate. He said I was a student from hell. And I was scolded. And
No, you were
it
not.
hurt so bad, I said, I'm not coming back. I was so mad, I said, I'm never coming back. But then the reason I came back, because I'm in the class, and he's doing this I Ching thing, and he looks at me, he said, this is how it works. The first image you get, that's what it is. He looked at me, he goes, she's born in the hour of the snake. And I was born in the hour of the snake. I said, how does this guy know this? That made me change my vibration. But one thing I realized, that Joey's has my nobleman star in his chart. When your nobleman speaks, you should listen. So then, but I had that mindset, that vibration. He's too expensive. I'm never going to go to Asia. I'm only going to go to the United States. And then he came to New York and he talked about Chi Min. As soon as his mouth opened, it was a 2-hour class. I said, oh my God, I have to go. And then he said, are you coming? I said, the money. And he goes, get some sponsors. So I went out and did that. And I used, it was only a 2-hour class. He said, use your deity and use the chief. So I just went out class every day, put my back to the chief, and commanded that, or those days we were asking, find me a way to get to Malaysia. And then my deity was 9 heavens, and I knew I had to have a plan. I
You
knew
did
that I
in
couldn't
less
just
than a
ask.
couple of days, right?
Yeah. So then I said, give me a plan. I launched a plan on Halloween. 4 days later, I had 28,000 US dollars. And,
And then you're in KL.
and then I went to KL, and
And you had extra money because my class wasn't 28,000
no,
US, okay?
it wasn't 28,000. I ended up going to his Shan Yuan Chi Min Shuen Kong Da Gua class, and then I had enough money to go to China. And since then, 2013, I've been to Malaysia 15 times. and to his China excursions. So the point is that whatever there is a block, if you have that mindset, I can't go because it's too expensive, whatever, that's true. You will not get there. If you have the passion to want to get there, you just have to make a plan. And it doesn't mean you're not scared. Being scared, a lot of things you do differently, you're going to be scared, but just do it anyway. And so then I came to Chimen, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden, now, before I met Joey, I was a United States consultant, and I thought I was doing pretty good. I had clients all over the United States. Now that I met Joey, I have clients in 17 countries.
Whoa.
And this is mostly since Chimen.
Right.
Okay, and then what happened was Iverson. I had, because of your class, I got a free consult. I said, I want Iverson. And Iverson said, oh, you have the Emperor Star this year. You can be famous. You need to go out and speak and do videos, and you need to tell stories. Your inspiration is still to tell stories. And then I'm thinking like, oh, and then you need to get on videos. I didn't know how to make a video, and I was very intimidated. So then I went home and I looked at my chart. Oh, and he said to talk. You need to talk. You just need to make videos. So what happened? I did the Chimen Ask. I said, give me a plan. Put in front of me whoever I need to make this happen. Because Iverson said, you got 1 year, Pat. You don't do it by this year, you blow it. And I said, oh my God, all the pressure, right? So I did my Chimen command and my ask. And then all of a sudden, these people started coming to me. Paola was one of them. I'd been going to class, I'd seen her, we never talked. She goes, you need to make videos, and this is how do you make videos, and it's so easy, and it's free, and it's this. And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm intimidated. So I made a video. My first video was how I earned $28,000 to get to Joey Yap's classes. And so that gave me confidence to how to do this. Then I kept asking for more people to come to me, and then all of a sudden, a friend that Priya had introduced me to, where's Priya? Priya introduced me to a friend who became a client, and this lady's connected to Radio Television Hong Kong.
Mm.
So all of a sudden, this lady introduces us, and she said, and the Hong Kong lady said, can you come to Hong Kong? I want to interview you. So I went to Hong Kong and I interviewed, and that video got over 4,000 views.
That's cool.
And then on the day I came here, she said, can I do another interview on just by the telephone? So I did it, and she goes, you are really good. You speak really good. Everything Iverson said to me, she was saying. So then she said, can I interview you every 6 weeks?
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, there I
You
go.
set the intention up, and it's there.
So all of this has been extremely helpful, but the most impactful thing for transformation is the Chimen and going to the excursions. The excursions gave me the fourth dimension.
Right.
The fourth dimension is being aware of my subconscious mind. And I didn't realize that my subconscious mind is very good at having a low vibration. That's why I got scolded. And so what happened is I went to China and
you changed a lot.
Yeah, I changed a lot.
You changed a lot. You're much happier now.
Yes.
A lot more happier.
Yeah. You see? It's true. I have changed a lot. I have changed a lot. And the thing that changed the most for me was the vibration, the frequency, the happiness, to be able to see the positive. And one thing I want to tell you is you are all here. A door of opportunity opened for you. all of you. It's what you do with it now. And so when the door of opportunity opened for me, I had the choice to never come back. And so my suggestion to all of you, you're here for a reason. So you make the choice now what you're going to do with your next step. It took a long time. It takes a lot of work, but you can do it, and don't let fear stop you. It's okay to do things afraid, but when you do it, you become very confident. So I have changed a lot.
And you and your son is much
Pardon?
better now.
Yes, and we went to Taiwan. I brought my son, and it completely changed our relationship. So for me, all the feng shui, the successes and everything is wonderful. The most important thing in this that I've learned from the last China trip was to be internally happy and to find peace and to know yourself and to understand your purpose. Then all that other stuff actually is easier.
Yeah.
And so I'm going back to Taiwan next year.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Wow, great. Any questions for Patricia? Yes, one question over here and one more. You guys can ask anyone as well. Yeah, over there. Okay, if you just stand up, we'll get the microphones to you guys. One here, one there. Anyone else? Yes, over there as well. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Joey. Hello, team. I'm Colette from Ireland, and I spoke with Pat yesterday. I saw your video.
You saw your video?
I saw your video, and I had more or less made up my mind to come here. But your video absolutely made me decide yes, because you were kind of clueless on the video, as I am. And I said, well, if you can do this, well, so can I. So thank you, Pat.
Thank you. You inspired someone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You inspired
thank
someone.
you. And now I have a Patricia for Paul.
A question? You have a question?
A question for...
All right, can you put
Yeah.
the microphone a bit nearer?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Thank you. Yes, much better.
Okay. Paula, you gave us the numbers for your son, your daughter, and your husband. Could you give us the numbers that you used for your success? Please.
The microphone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Is that
Yeah.
okay? The numbers that I use for my success?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I'm a guanine. So I use the 4, which is my He2 combo, and it's wood, so it produces me. Also, I am a feng shui consultant, like I said before, so my market is the Spanish market. I am blessed to say that there is a 4-month waiting list to see me
Wow.
as well. And I do a lot of writing. I have my own book. I have my own Tong Shu. So I like the 4 because it's academic and information. I also use the 7 because, like I was telling Pat, I do monthly videos on YouTube and they get 15, 20,000 views. So I don't look for my wealth element. It's like what Joe was saying. What do I want? I want to speak and people to hear me. I want to be influential, so I use 7, I sometimes 6. And I want to be able to have the knowledge to write and transfer that to my clients, so that's 4. And happens to be a He2 combo to my guanine. So then that's what I use. Me personally, my experience and with my clients, I'm not a big fan of the 8, simply because I think personally that the 8 is too slow. And I am rainwater, so I have no patience. So I like things fast. So my experience is the 8 is a little bit too slow. I'd rather have the 1 more than the 8, but that's just my experience.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Can
Great.
I add
And-
something?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And next question over there. And
Hi.
one more over that side. Yeah.
My name is Ruby. I'm coming from Mexico.
From Mexico.
I want to thank you very, very much for sharing your knowledge, all of you. This morning has been so inspiring to me. And Pat, honestly, after I kind of feel like I was pushed into this bad sea last year. But you were the one who told me, don't worry, just go for it. So here I am.
You inspired
And
someone
I
again.
thank you
Wow.
very, very much for that. And Joy, during my Batsy training, during those exercises that you encourage us to do, I have a very good friend of mine that he was recently lost his job back in Cancun. He's a director of sales for a project. And he came to me and I said, listen, I'm practicing. I'm not going to charge you for this, but if you do this, you might get a job. So he did it. And he's in Jamaica working for a huge resort development.
That's great.
And I was just in the training process. I didn't even finish Batsy. It was like on the model 6 or 7. So I was so amazed.
Right.
My background is in sales.
Right.
A month later, he called me again and said, Ruby, I love this. Jamaica's nice. I'm making a lot of money, but I'm not happy.
Right. I need to stop you for a while. A great story. But do you have a question for any of our guests here? Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. What was the question again?
I want to focus my knowledge of the Feng Shui. I just finished the Feng Shui Pro. To help my friends and clients to sell more within the hospitality business.
Right.
In addition to activate the Sector 6 of the head of the sales department of any hotel in their home and their offices.
Right.
Is there anything else you consider important for me to know so I can start helping all these people?
Right. The summary is she wants to, she's helping the hospitality business. In addition to using the 6, what else can she do?
Well, I'd first ask what the goal, the business people, what their goal is, because you really do have to match what they want. Sometimes I realize that I'm assuming a business wants the same thing. So do they want more visibility? Do they want more money? Are they having a staff problem? You have to decide that first, and then you answer. Then you can address the problem and then go to the Feng Shui and using the appropriate stars.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
One fascinating thing, whatever's in the year in your chart, you will find it in the house. When Iverson told me this, I went to my house and he said, you need to speak, and it's the Gua 7. What's at my front door? Gua 7. What do I find out yesterday? I have a pearl string in my house for the year. And Joey said, you can be famous this year, right? And I realized that Iverson, what he said, it was accurate. He didn't look at my house. And not only is there a 7 there, there's the Gua 9.
Wow.
And then I'm Gua 2. And 2 and a 7 combined together, so the 7 works very well for me.
You're a pure Gua. You're a pure element.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
And Gua 2 pulls people together.
You're gonna be freaking famous this year. Better do something about it. Better be famous for good reasons.
May I ask another question? May I ask another question?
All right, we're gonna pass the question to somebody else right now.
Okay.
We can see them later after this, right? Okay, tell me. Anyone else? We'll take one more. Okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Hui T. I'm from Singapore.
Right.
And to Pat, I saw your video on YouTube. And,
wow, see?
Yeah,
you
and
see?
I interacted with you because of questions. I actually have a question for Paula. Just now she mentioned about her identity, that she searched for her identity. So I'd like to know how you managed to do that, because for me, I want to search for life purpose. So
She needs life purpose. She's searching for identity and life purpose. How did you do for you, and how you can help her?
Oh, of course. My main thing was I started studying law because it was the thing to do. And I was very successful, so I guess I was supposed to be happy. But I knew that money does not bring happiness. I felt that I needed to do something more, but I didn't know what that was. When I found out that my Gua was 9, so the South sector was missing, I knew that's why I couldn't find my purpose and my passion. South has to do with passion and fire and happiness. So I knew that house was never going to help me bring my happiness. So I immediately moved to a house that had the Southeast good for my daughter and the South good for me. Which is also, I don't know if I mentioned before, as you guys know, the South and the Southeast is a Hitu combo. So if one is bad, the other one is bad, and if one is bad, the other one is bad. So it was a really bad house for us. So the moment I moved into the house that supported my Gua, I immediately started finding my purpose. I activated my nobleman star. I cannot emphasize that enough. Please activate your nobleman star, because people come to you and start telling you, maybe you should teach a small group of people what you do. Can you do my audit for free? I'll pay you $20. And then I came home one day, I did my first audit, $25.
Okay.
And I told my husband.
Mine was $1. You were more
I did
expensive.
$25, yes. And I came home so happy. And I remember my husband said, I haven't seen you this happy in so long. And I'm like, yes. And I made $25. This is coming from an attorney. $25 was nothing. And then I told him, I wish I could do this for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And he said, just do it. And sometimes all you need is that one person to tell you just do it. And what I thought was, maybe I don't know enough, but remember, your clients will always know less than you do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how much you know more than they do, so you're good.
And the most fulfilling thing is when people come to you and say, you changed my life, you inspired
Yes.
me. That's why even $25 doesn't matter, because that's so fulfilling. And I think everyone here on stage has felt that because of what we do.
And like Joey said, create your passion. If you don't have it, create it. What am I good at? What do I like doing? And what would I like mind doing for the rest of my life? Then follow that. And find a way to get paid for it.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, and one question over here. This gentleman here, right? Yes. Anyone else? We pick one more and then that's it. Yeah, over here as well. Okay.
First of all, thanks for sharing for the master of the master, especially including Patricia. That's why I share her video also. And subsequently, that I just want to divert my questions maybe to the follow-up from what is this shared by Miss Vivian.
Miss Vivian, all right?
Yeah.
Vivian?
Yes.
She's directing the question to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to follow up out of curiosity. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got to speak a bit louder, yeah.
Try.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Now we can.
Awesome. Yeah, follow up for what you were trying to share just now. Forgive me, I'm asking a basic question. So what is the correlationship, just out of curiosity, what is the correlationship between what you share, Bazi, and your client that doing some investment in the resource world? That means what is the correlationship with you are seeing the analyze from the Bazi and they are doing the gambling?
What is that? You mean?
What is there any correlationship between Bazi and her client going to the casino and gamble?
So you want to see why they gamble, or you want to see who can win? Why don't you ask directly?
Who
can win, whether your child can win or not, right? Okay.
I'm asking for one of my friends.
Of course, it's for your friend, right? Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And for my interest.
Okay, I think you want to know when you can win the money, right?
Yeah.
So based on your day master, if you're rainwater, you look at summer month, which is May, June, July, and you look at the calendar, they have the stems when the pink fire and the ting fire appear.
Better write this
and
down,
that's
guys.
the time
Top
where
secret.
it's good for you. And if you can't find them in the stems, it will be in the branch, or either hidden in the branch. That takes a longer time, or maybe you win lesser. So then that's if you are a U-Earth, then you look for U-Earth and G-Earth. You look at Waterman, which is winter, November, December, January, and then you look at the monthly stems, which is a rainwater, a quay water that's appear, or either is in the branches or hidden. So when it appear on the stems, you get big ones.
Okay. Cool.
My question is, what about correlationship between profile, 10 profile, like 偏财, 正财? Is there any
about direct
correlation?
wealth and indirect
There's
wealth.
no relationship, right?
Yeah, no. Because
That's
in
my
my
question.
party, I only have direct wealth. I don't have indirect wealth in my party at all. But I use it very well, my indirect wealth. I don't even have indirect wealth in my party. But it's one of my useful God.
If you
I can use
attend our Feng Shui or Bazi classes, you will know. Direct, indirect wealth is not gambling money. If you put effort in making money, it is direct wealth. She put effort, Okay? It's research. That's all right. Cool. All right. What's that? One more question here. All right. I think you guys will be flooded after this. Definitely flooded. Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
have two questions, but I will ask them continuously because they might be related. The first one is directed at Patricia. This year I discovered that I have 9 heaven visiting my destiny palace. So I only know that 9 heaven might help me with the planning and strategy. So ask for a better plan and clarity. But what can I do to better utilize this deity? Can you tell in specific? And the second question is that I recently discovered that I have a creativity block my entire life.
Creativity block.
Yeah, since I was a
Okay.
kid until now. When I do exams in high schools, my friends, they usually in the literature test, they usually write 5 or 6 pages, and I can only write 1. Yeah.
Just
And-
like me.
Yeah, and
Let me answer this
Do you
question.
know your level? Do you know your level of your 9 heavens?
Huh?
I don't remember, but I think 3, 4, 5. I think
3, 4, 5?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Find that out. It makes a difference. I'm level 7, and it makes a huge difference. Where's your front door?
My front door is west.
West. Okay. What I do is for 9 heavens, what I found out, a correlation between what is in, somebody reads for you, like what Iverson read for me. I went into my house. I'm level 7, 9 heavens. At my front door is southwest. My Chi Min Feng Shui map, 9 heavens is at the southwest. And 9 heavens is in the southwest this year. And I think it's open door or life door. Open door. So what is that? Opportunities. So then I found out my month pillar, my career pillar, is at my front door. So there are some correlations for you in your house. You need to look at your house, you need to look at your chart, and look at the positives. If you look at the negatives, it's that vibration thing. You can't succeed. Just look for it, whatever's possible, whatever's positive, and you use that. And there's always more than one place to go.
Yeah. There's
So
always
find out
because,
all those places. There's
tomorrow, day 4, that's where Chimen Feng Shui comes in. So we will learn how to see those doors and deities in your house. Okay? Just hang on for that. You'll get your answer tomorrow. Okay?
One
And
more
to answer
question.
your second question on, because he says it's not so creative, he only wrote one page where his friends can write 5 pages. Let me tell you this. I failed in English 1119 paper. Okay, I failed in that exam, and therefore I didn't get qualified for A levels. So I had to take the other alternative, which is a Canadian matriculation program, which at that time the dean said, in order for you to qualify for university, you need to take Canadian matriculation program because there's one subject called English Lit. So you need to pass English literature. So I studied that subject, and in that subject, that's where I learned how to write. That's why I got 170 books. Okay? So there must be a reason why you can't write, and somehow the universe will point you in the right direction. Use the right doors, use the right energy. You'll be there, don't worry.
and track the 9 heavens in the day charts or the month charts, and use it until you get to that vibration of the frequency of understanding what 9 heavens is to use it adequately.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Can
you.
I have,
All right.
one more question?
All right, enough for the questions for now. We'll do more Q&A. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys so much for spending your time with us today. Thank you. And just a quick announcement. If you are going to join us this year for the Feng Shui Mastery Masters of Masters program, do let us know. This is the lunch break that this is the break that we need to register so that we can bring you all for lunch later on. All these guys will be there. You can talk to them during lunch. It'll be an orientation just to get you started. Do let us know. Now, some of you asked the question, tools of Titans and the classic Feng Shui. Some may not have the time. Don't worry. You can do the masters first and then do the theory later. It's fine. The way I structured the program, you can do which one first. It does not matter. You don't have to be consecutive. All right? So do let us know if you're going to join us. This will be the time. The people here are there to help you answer some questions. And this will be a break. It's not a lunch break yet. This will just be a break. And I'm going to see you later, okay? So 15 minutes. All right? Thank you so much.
When I come back like Jordan, we in the 4-5. It ain't to play games with you, it's to aim at you, probably maim you. If I owe you, I'm blowing you the smithereens.